RCA tablet coming up. We have not done one of those in a really long time, and we all get excited about it because we put these spectacular deals together. So it's gonna be a fun evening. But let's start with this very first item. Buffalo, New York, how the heck are you? Are you still digging out at this point? You might be. How about those of you down in Fort Myers, obviously the area down here that was so heavily hit by the hurricane recently. Our prayers go out to all these people who deal with, unfortunately, power outages, weather problems, storms, emergencies. And I think one of the best investments you can ever make is getting a backup power system. Because here's what's interesting. When a tragedy or something happens, like an emergency, you're already freaking out about a lot of stuff. And what's the first thing you worry about? Oh my goodness, power's out. What are we gonna do? Oh, we have no light. And everything becomes much more frightening when you don't have power. Well, imagine if you just never had that issue again. I'm gonna show my Facebook page only because my husband and I bought the EcoFlow. Now, I bought it probably, I'd say, a year ago. And for a multitude of reasons, but number one, we wanted to go fully off grid if we needed to. And thus we gave it a good test. We decided to go off grid. So we'll show my Facebook page because I love to prove that I own this stuff. As hosts, we talk a lot about, oh, I have this, I have that. So I do want to show you that right off the bat so you can see it. Again, we'll call it up. Here we go. So this is our EcoFlow. Now I have the Pro model. We went for it. I was always thinking bigger is better, right? Now here's what I found so interesting because we really put this to the test. You can see there's a trailer behind it. And every single day, my husband was able to work off grid because we have Starlink, which is Elon Musk's big, internet system. So with Starlink going to get the internet, my husband is a computer program analyst. He would work every single day for 8 hours using our EcoFlow with flawless performance and never ran out of power. That's pretty amazing. So why did we get it? Well, we wanted to be off grid. There's lots of positive reasons to have it, but certainly when you're in an emergency, that is our backup as well because we love our EcoFlow. All right, got a lot to talk about. This is such a great configuration, guys. First off, look at the normal price. Just take 1 second and scan the screen over there on the left. This on HSN, this configuration, which is the 2,000 watt, which we'll get into that. It includes a solar panel. That's a $300 upgrade right there. You get all the goodies that you need to make this work. I love it. This is normally $2,578. While we have it as a Black Friday deal, which is a limited amount for a limited time, we're at over $1,000 off. Now, we've even done today's specials, and I've been like, oh, this is such a good deal, it's so great. Nah, nothing compares to what we're doing right here tonight. In fact, if you go online and you look up right now on hsn.com, there is a 1600 power station, 1600 that actually is more than this. This one you're now going to 2000, so it's more powerful than ever before. It's the lowest price we've ever offered on this model. We have 5 flex pay tonight. We have free shipping on it tonight, which is great. All of that, which makes you completely proactive in terms of providing and having your own power. Also, with VIP financing, love that. Get out your HSN card. You have, in this case, 18 months to pay it off. There's never been a better moment than right now to grab this EcoFlow. And then you sit back and basically you're worry-free because you will not be on the defense, you'll be on the offense when it comes to being prepared for those emergencies. Well, Justin Hyatt's here, and he's gonna actually walk us through a ton of this. And Justin, as you saw, we love our EcoFlow. It wasn't the least expensive thing we've ever invested in, but I think it's one of the best investments we've ever made.
I mean, I don't think you can put a price on investing, and just peace of mind, ultimately, right? Knowing that we have decided today, and like you were kept saying, which is being proactive. There's nothing worse than feeling reactive when now we're out of power, and then what do we do? And what was our plan? Do we even have a plan? This is a perfect opportunity to check that off your list and finally have that plan made for when it happens, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you're gonna lose power. What terrible timing it would be, because it's never the right time. I wanna show you, maybe your refrigerator is stocked up with nothing but Thanksgiving food. I've been to the grocery store. I know everybody's out shopping. Maybe it's hundreds of dollars. Maybe you've got some medicine in there. Here is going to be that backup generator right here inside of your home, that you don't even have to worry about gasoline. You don't have to worry about propane, and just one touch of a button, you're running it inside, which means it doesn't matter what type of home you live in a regular conventional home or apartment or condo, where you can't live, or you can't own a gas generator, you can own your Delta Max, and this is one of the most powerful that we offer. I want to show you how simple and easy this is to use, okay? I'm going to start to walk to the back, because I'm walking over to the refrigerator. I want to show you the refrigerator is off, right? So essentially, we've lost power. Grab an extension cord, I'm gonna come over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and plug it into the bag. One touch of a button in just a few seconds, that refrigerator is gonna turn on. And you know the nice part about this, Suzanne, is that it's not just gonna run this for just a few hours. We're talking about, for a full-size refrigerator, nearly 30 hours that we'll be able to run this full-size refrigerator. So maybe this is that secondary refrigerator, maybe your primary refrigerator. But talk about Delta Max. This is gonna be able to power up to 3,400 watts of essential appliances. So the next thing I'm gonna come over to is where we're having a lot of those questions today about what's your favorite part about Thanksgiving. My favorite part about Thanksgiving is always the leftovers. You can't have good leftovers unless you got a good microwave, air fryer, a hot plate. This is a full-size microwave, and I want you to see this. Gonna set it to 30 seconds. I want to kind of pull up close to the display here. We talk about being able to run 3,400 watt appliances. This is nearly an 1,800 watt appliance, and we'll be able to do a microwave for a full hour. I don't think you're going to be cooking much food for a full hour in a microwave, but that just goes to show you how this works, because it's giving you every bit of information that you need right here, no guessing involved, and it's calculating the wattage all the way down to the time. That's not a minute, that's a full hour. So depending on what you've got plugged in, it's gonna calculate all that information for you. That microwave's turning off, that display is gonna start to change, and then we can start to worry about all of those other essentials. And what does that mean? Like you were saying, Suzanne, at the very beginning of the presentation, Buffalo, it is winter time, and you're thinking about staying warm. We got a heating blanket we're gonna show you, and how you can do it all inside of your home.
Well, and the nice thing about this configuration, see, normally when we do EcoFlow, we'll talk about the EcoFlow, and then you always have to buy the solar panel separately. This is what makes this so brilliant. Normally, this is about a $300 value. You can go online right now. It is actually, we're doing a 110 watt solar panel. So the neat thing about having that, as long as you have some sunshine, you're gonna be able to recharge this over and over and over again. And you can actually use it simultaneously. We actually do a combination. Now, this is interesting because we use this as our main power, but we do have a gas-powered generator. The problem is, and here's the difference, is we sync ours together, which you can do it. So we'll run our generator to recharge this just to make it charge faster, right? And then we turn the generator off. It takes about maybe an hour, right? So then we're done. If you don't have this, you're running your generator all day long for hours and hours and hours and hours. Not only are they loud, they use a ton of gas, they're heavy as all get out, and it's just not efficient. So we're able to use the best of both worlds. We use our generator very limited now. We go through very little gas, and we have 2 sets of solar panels, so we really do have a comprehensive system. So even if you have a generator already at home, it's really brilliant to add this to that, because again, they can link together. And you're not running that generator for 8 hours all day long and spending hundreds of dollars in gas. I mean, think about it, Justin. Yeah. If the power to go out, what happens to the gas stations?
And that's one of the things I always talk about, because I've grown up in South Florida. I know the first thing that everybody lines up for is gas, because you never know whether it's a gas generator, do we need gas for our car? You don't have to think about that anymore. And those are things that you would think about if you lived in a conventional home. Right. If you don't live in a conventional home and you live in an apartment or condo, well, you're sitting there thinking, I hope we don't lose power. And that is a terrible feeling. That is a very uncomfortable feeling. Do you know what makes that feeling go away? Having a source of power in your home that you know that you can use. And I always say it's peace of mind to have it, but it's peace of mind to know you can use it. Because yes, you can go get a gas generator, but that doesn't mean you're gonna actually know how to use it. But like you were saying, works perfect in tandem with a gas generator, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But I wanna show you what it's gonna power up. Because yes, of course, your lights, but your CPAP machine, the full-size refrigerator that we were just showing you. How about a washer machine, a television? You know, it's not just the doom and gloom. It's not just for those emergencies. It's gonna be for, like you're doing, going camping and RVing and having fun and taking that power with you wherever you want to be.
It has freed up my husband to be able to work wherever he wants to work.
That's awesome.
He's a total computer guy. It's all he does all day. He's on a computer. So, you know, we always do think a lot of doom and gloom when we talk about EcoFlow, which again, most people buy it for that reason. They want to be prepared. Or something's happened and they're like, oh, I'm never gonna go through that again without having power. But for my husband, it's really freeing, because if he chooses to go wherever he wants for a month, if he wants to, he's been gone for as long as three weeks, he's fully using the EcoFlow to be off grid, and he's a computer software analyst. So it's not like he's only using the computer, you know, 15 minutes here and there every day. He's on it 8 hours a day, all day long, cranking it out. And because we have, again, our satellite system is satellite, right? That makes him off grid. Because people ask, how do you go off grid grid on the computer. Well, we've got an uplink satellite system that also is running from the EcoFlow, by the way. And he's on his computer 8 hours a day. That's a true test for me. Like, it'd be one thing if we were only using this to, you know, like light up a light at night because it's dark. But the fact that my husband is really putting it through its paces, he's probably tested it harder than other than if you were in an emergency situation than anybody I know. And I'll tell you, it's not the least expensive thing we sell at HSN. I get it. It's not a $19 pair of earrings in a little teeny box. But I'll tell you, it's one of the best investments you can ever make. And if you guys have either heard the stories, oh my gosh, here in Florida, you know, we can't tell you how many personal stories we know. People even here in the studios whose families were affected by the hurricane that just blew through. You don't want to be the, oh my gosh, I'm going to get this after an emergency happens. You want to get it ahead of time. And we know, Justin, too, with all the weather, how crazy it is.
Yeah.
I mean, winter's just started, and Buffalo, New York got creamed.
Well, we know what summertime brought us, and that brought us nothing but just constant power outage because it was so hot that the grid was overrun by everybody running their AC units. I mean, those are things that we often don't really even think about, but now we do have to think about that. And now, yes, going into the winter season, now we've got down power lines just because of the weight of the snow and ice. So these are things that you really have to start to think about, and maybe you're thinking about it because you've experienced it, but don't wait till you experience it to think, well, we could have done this a little bit better. This is a great proactive moment, and it's about what this is going to power and how long it's going to power it for you. This is the second most powerful that we even offer. It's the most powerful max that we offer, and it's easy and simple to use because it's just one touch of a button, and what we're giving you is the whole package because you are getting the solar panel, which means even when you still do not have power and you've run out of power from your Delta Max, that you use the solar panel to recharge it via the sun, which also means no residual extra payments to have to worry about buying more gas. How much gas can we store? And like you're saying, you know, you can go off the grid, but how quickly you can feel off the grid even when you're just at home and you still don't have power. One other really cool thing that I do want to mention, it's by your feet, Suzanne, is that you're saving a big amount of money. You can literally double the power from your Delta Max with that extra battery. And that's all it is. It's just going to be doubling the amount of time and power with the money that you're saving with the Delta Max.
Oh, that's brilliant. And again, all of this it all hooks together brilliantly. You don't have to be a physics professor to understand how this works. That's what I love about it too. I can do it, all right? Let me be honest. Those generators scare the bejeebers out of me. They're loud, they're noisy, there's gas. I don't know the mixture of stuff. They're so heavy. I cannot move our regular gas generators. They're just way too cumbersome. This is really easy. And even if you live by yourself and you're saying, gosh, you know what? I really should invest in an extra power source. This is your moment to do it. Why? We're over $1,000 savings. There's never been a lower price on this model, ever. Like, it's incredible. It's even a better price on a less powerful unit that we're featuring online right now. The solar panel, you can buy the 1-ton solar panel if you want to by itself. That's another $300 value that's included in our exclusive configuration. I love the fact we have free shipping. It is not a teeny little lightweight box. This is a really beautiful heavy-duty unit that you can move around, which is great. On top of that, we've got 5 flex pays. What makes that special? You use any major credit card, you're going to spread your payments out over 5 months, and you can send it back, you can use it. I want you to try it out, even for fun things like tailgating or whatever. Try it out to the end of January of next year, and if you don't absolutely love this and think it's one of the best investments you've made, then you can send it back for a full refund. Hey, we'll take care of it, no problem. So take advantage of our extended holiday return policy, because that does end here in a little bit. We'll go back to our normal policy, so it's a great time to test something like this. You know, also, Justin, a lot of people are curious. Can you do me a favor and show them all the inputs? How many things can you plug in? Kind of give us a 360 on it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I really want you to see this up close. It is the simplicity of having power at your home now, wherever you are. So one touch of a button, which I've been showing you, to be able to turn that display on, one touch of a button to turn it off. You don't have to worry about pull cranking. You don't have to worry about the maintenance. This is basically, really, it's like a computer that's going to be powering this battery system. You have that LCD display that we were showing you in the kitchen, and then you've got 4 USB ports right here. When you start looking at gas generators, they don't have USB ports because this is a pure sine wave technology. It's not going to fry your small electronics. We also have 2 USB-C ports, which are 100-watt USB-C ports, which will recharge even your phones and tablets 5 times faster. Now, talk about 360. I'm going to spin this all the way around because I want you to see on the back here, this is where you're going to be plugging in. Not 80%. But 99% of your home appliances. Not just 1, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3-prong individual AC outlets. So this is your refrigerator, your fan, your light, your microwave. We're not having to unplug to plug more things in. And again, when you're even comparing to a gas generator, sometimes you'll only have maybe 2 of these AC outlets. We're gonna give you 6. You also have the DC port right here, so you'll be able to plug even more stuff in. And then right over here is where you're gonna be able to recharge the unit. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn it because I'm looking upside down. Here is where you plug it into the wall. Now, this is one of the best features about EcoFlow. Not only can we power a refrigerator for 30 hours, this can power 99% of your home appliances. When I plug this into the wall, it's the fastest recharge rate in the whole entire industry, from 0 to 80% in a little over an hour. You're not sitting and you're waiting anymore. So that also means, like Suzanne was talking about, if you own a gas generator, with your gas generator, you can recharge this in a little over an hour and then turn that gas generator off. But here's one thing that your gas generator can't do. And then turn it off for hours, right? Because think about it, if you live in that HOA, you can't have it running all night because it's too loud. This is silent, can be run inside of your home. And it not only can be doubled in power, Suzanne, it can be tripled in power. So you see these 2 ports right here? All you need to do is if you're thinking about really going big like you've done, you can actually get that extra battery and then double and or triple not only the power, but the time. The time that you can be able to run that refrigerator, the light, the fan, and then of course even the medical devices like that CPAP machine.
Right, and you said on one full charge, the refrige, and that's a heavy duty fridge. It wasn't like a little camper fridge, or it wasn't like a little, dorm fridge. How long, how many hours?
30 hours, right, and not
That's
a little
incredible.
mini refrigerator,
I mean,
a full-size
really
refrigerator.
About that, guys. 30 hours. And again, you say, okay, well, guess what? You just recharge this back up, you get the solar panels. Once it's recharged, another 30 hours on top of that. I mean, it really, to me, it took us a while to buy the EcoFlow, and we finally did it. I was really happy. We definitely have, it's the only, other than our generators, which again, they're heavy, they're awkward. I would not be able to handle working a generator. That just is out of the equation. For me, that's why I love our EcoFlow. I can do that. I mean, certainly my husband's around, and that's great. He's a really helpful guy, but he's the one that goes, oh, let me start that generator, I'll get it all hooked up. I just want to turn something on and know that I've got power. And here's the other thing too, and we've all had this happen. If you've ever had the power go out, you have no idea when it's coming back. No idea. And all of a sudden, what do you panic about? You're like, oh my gosh, my cell phone, I need to call my family, want to know if I'm okay. Oh my gosh, my refrigerator. That could be hundreds or thousands of dollars of stuff just in your freezers and just in your fridge that you're gonna have to throw out because it's gone bad because you didn't have power. Also, whenever the lights are out, especially if there's a storm at night, it's scary for everybody. It just heightens how frightened you can be. And knowing that you've got the only lights on in the neighborhood, that makes you feel better. You're like, wow, everyone else is pitch black, but guess what? You can still see lights in my house. And for some people with a CPAC or its medication, this truly could be a lifesaver.
And it really is, and you see it in the reviews. These are people who have called in with those type of testimonials. The reviews are those type of testimonials. This is about having that peace of mind at home, but like you said, I can't tell you how many conversations I've had where, of course, it's the guy who's always like, it's gasoline, gasoline, gasoline. Okay, well, what happens when you don't have more gasoline? Then what do you do? And then what happens when that gas station's still out of power, can't give you any gasoline, and then what do you do?
A long line.
The lines were for I think it was Ian just recently were like 6-7 hours. Okay, well, you're already running out of gas. You're having to wait in mile-long lines to just get there, and then they limit you to how much gas you can fill in these little tanks. So again, how much gas can you store? And that's just one aspect of it. Then it's the other aspect where you talk to a lot of women, they're like, Justin, I live by myself. I have no interest in trying to even learn how to run a gas generator. It's physically laboring. It's a gas engine. Essentially, is exactly what it is. So then you have to know how to maintain a gas engine. You have to realize, well, I have to run all the gas in. There's so much that goes into that. With this, you make sure it's charged, you leave it in your closet for that emergency when you're out of power, you turn it on, and then right here in the back is where then you plug in the rest of your life, which is that medical device, which is that oxygen machine, which is just the light and the fan, because we think about those little essentials of, we don't want to sit in a hot home. We don't want to sit in possibly even a cold home. And one of the things that I want to show you really quickly is I've got this little portable AC unit right here. All I got to do is plug it in, power it up in just 2 seconds. What would you have to do something like this? I'd have to get the gas. I'd have to go ahead and worry about, how much gas do I have?
That is amazing.
And then so set to 72 degrees, and I don't know if we can go to the display on here really quickly. I just want to show everybody how long at 72 degrees we can run a full-size little portable AC unit. And it's showing me the wattage. How would you like to be able to know that you've got an extra 10 hours instead of sitting in a hot home for 10 hours?
Yeah, and you can actually go to sleep.
And then you can go to sleep, right? That's a full night's sleep.
Right, right. Yeah, I truly believe it is one of the most important investments you really can ever make. And we make it really easy if you want to use VIP financing. That's any of our HSN cards. You get 18 months to pay this off, which is amazing. So the Zulily, QVC, or the HSN card, use that for sure. Then on top of that, let's say you're just brand new to HSN and you haven't shopped with us. You can use 5 flex pays on this right now, which means any major credit card, and you spread your payments out over 5 months. The first time you use it in emergency, you're just gonna be like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I got it. The first time you use it for something fun, like tailgating, or maybe using it out in the backyard, or maybe you're gonna go camping or tenting or whatever it might be, you're gonna go, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I have this. But it really is peace of mind. That, for Craig and I, that's really the key. The fact that he can work off-grid on a computer job all day long and even power our satellite system with it is really remarkable. He only we use the solar panels on. We have double solar panels, so that just keeps trickling all day long. When he wants to really fill it up quick, all he does is plug in our generator. So you've got tons of ways to be able to use this, but instead of running a gas-powered generator that's so loud, oh my God, they're so loud, and they're stinky and they're complicated, you cannot have them inside, it'll kill you, right? We don't have to run that 8 hours a day while he's working and use tons of gas. He literally uses this 8 hours all day long, running our internet and running our Wi-Fi system and running his computers and our lights and everything else we have in the trailer. He uses this. I mean, to me, that's a true testament of the quality and also the durability and the effectiveness is, can you use it all day long? Absolutely you can. Can you use it all night long? Sure you can. And obviously you plug in what your special needs are.
Yeah, and all of our needs are different. I think that's one of the things that's nice about EcoFlow is that when you're picking up the Delta Max, before maybe you felt like, I've been on the fence because it's just not powerful enough. You know, this is gonna power not just 80%, this is gonna power 99% of your home appliances. So virtually just about every single thing that you've got inside of your house, you can plug into your Delta Max. So yes, your washer machine, and you think, well, why would I ever need a washer machine? I can tell you, we've been out of power for 2 weeks. Eventually you run out of clothes, okay? So this is one way that you could be able to clean those. And it's just nice to know, hey, if I need to, I can. A full-size television. Now you're thinking not only TV at home, but go tailgating. We do not want to stand next to a tailgate at a football game, okay, over speaking and screaming over a loud gas generator. Take the TV outside, and maybe it's not even going tailgating, maybe it's just taking the TV out to the side patio and then watching that movie or watching that football game. And I know we're getting into the winter season, so we're thinking about kind of hunkering inside. In just a few seconds, I'm gonna go over to the bedroom so I can show you how you can use it in your bedroom. But again, that full-size CPAP machine that's gonna run for about 15 hours, and back to the refrigerator, over 30 hours on that refrigerator. And of course, even those high wattage appliances, remember, this will power up to 3,400 watt appliances in your home. And then of course we've got like the power tools, and you're saying, why would I ever need
machine.
Why would I ever need any of these power tools? What happens once you got that one limb down?
Yeah.
You don't have any gas for the little pole saw, and or the chainsaw, but you got an electric chainsaw. Use that. Or maybe, for instance, you guys are completely off grid. In fact, you know, we had a TS this year. All of the trees had grown into the driveway. I couldn't even get the RV in. We used the Delta to plug in a little circular saw in the back of the studio here to start chopping down trees because there wasn't because there wasn't an extension cord long enough. You don't need an extension cord out the window or an open door anymore because you were going to run that gas generator constantly even over your house. Now you can run your power inside of your home and do it safely, like you said.
Yeah, and it's completely mobile when you really think about it too. It is totally mobile. So it's the picnic, the family reunion. Let's say you're going to have it at some park. You have this big family reunion next year, and you're like, oh, but we want to play music. We want to have a lot of fun. Guess what? This is your power source. You just literally pick it up and take it with you. Then again, when it comes right down to it, I think everybody should have one of these, because I love what you said earlier, Justin. It's not if, it's when. It is. Like when we were watching that hurricane coming towards the Tampa area, at least for those of us who are prepared, we had some feeling of like, well, at least we're prepared. We know in our household, we had the EcoFlow, we had the food, we've got the emergency stuff, we're ready to go. And I think everyone should be, because it really doesn't matter where you live in this country. You know, if you're out Midwest, it could be hurricane, or it could be tornadoes. Obviously down here in the southern states, we're dealing with hurricanes. We've all know Hurricane Sandy that ripped up and went through New Jersey. I mean, absolutely most unexpected place for it to hit, and yet it was tremendous. tremendous damage. And then you talk about the winter weather. People in Buffalo right now, they've just got tons and tons of snow. And again, it's not a question of if, it's really when is something gonna happen. And just knowing that you've got it and you're done. Also, Justin, something that I really love about it is the quality of EcoFlow. I do wanna mention that because it is absolutely outstanding. EcoFlow, Justin, does a brilliant job of building systems that are easy to use but really last a long time.
You know, when we think of backup power, we've always thought of two different options. It's always been gas, it's always been propane. Now there's a third option. Just like we've seen just this growing popularity of, you know, electric vehicles, well, now it's that third option of being able to have that electric solar generator at your home and any type of home that you have. Now, when we think of the third option, that third category that now exists, who's the leader in that category? EcoFlow, we're the leader when we're constantly setting the standards of what it should be like when you're picking up not only just a solar generator, but your peace of mind. So when you're getting this at home, totally from the very beginning, you're gonna realize when you plug it in, fastest recharge rate in the industry, the fact that you have multiple ways to recharge it via AC, your solar, and your DC, so you can take this to your car and recharge it that way. 3 different options. Gas generator, you got one option, you run out of that option, you got none. What I wanna show you is how I can use this every single day, because I want you to think about this. If you are reliant on a medical device, you can have this plugged into the wall and then your CPAP machine plugged into your EcoFlow. And if you lose power, this is gonna act like an emergency power source. So in 20 milliseconds, this is gonna automatically turn on and continue to power whatever I've got plugged in. Now that could be a way that you use it every day, but Suzanne, maybe you're not home. You know, what we just did recently was we had to evacuate. I had just spent $300 on groceries. We got the fish tank at home. What I did was I used it as an emergency power source. So even when we evacuated the refrigerator, I know even if we lost power, it was gonna automatically turn on and continue to be powered by my Delta Max. And the same thing with my fish tank and also my Wi-Fi, because I had all those home security cameras. I wanted to be able to keep an eye on the house. But we're in the home, but we're not only in the home, we're in the bedroom. You can't do this with a gas generator, let alone have it on your bed. I wanna show you, we are in the winter time now, right? It's getting to that point where we're thinking, Justin, I wanna be able to know that I can keep myself warm. I'm gonna go ahead and I wanna plug in this heating blanket really quickly here because I want you to see on the very front display here, once I get this on, it's gonna start to jump a little bit, but it'll start to settle once that starts to kind of roll up. You're looking at roughly about 14, 15, 16 hours that I'll be able to run a heating blanket. The reason why I show you this is because often when we think about how do we stay warm, we think of a space heater. That space heater runs at 2,000 watts, and it doesn't matter if it's a gas generator or a propane generator, it's going to eat through a lot of gasoline. This is going to be able to keep you warm for 15 to 16 hours, and you get to wrap yourself, your family, the pets in that heating blanket. So that's another just little way that you can stay warm with your solar generator, with your power station. Okay, so I'm gonna unplug that. I wanted to show you that. And remember, did you see I was able to literally show you real time when you plug something in, this is going to tell you exactly how long you can be able to power that up. So let's go back to the CPAP machine because we're talking medical devices. All I do is plug it right here in the back. The power is gonna turn on. I'm just gonna make sure that the CPAP is gonna kick in. And then you're gonna see real time exactly how much wattage that CPAP machine is gonna take, and then it's also going to calculate exactly how long. And we said about 15 hours, right? When you see these numbers, that's not 28 minutes. That's going to be hours at a time. And as this CPAP machine settles with its wattage, you'll see that it goes down to about 15 hours. Total peace of mind. And then I can come back here if we were to lose power, and I can even plug in my lights in the back here. So now I've got my lights, so I'm not sitting in a dark bedroom. I can possibly have my heating blanket, again, in the bedroom. I can have my CPAP machine running right next to me. If I would have a gas generator and I'm on the second floor, I'd need a lot of extension cords, and I need this to be 20 feet away from my home, which also means there's gonna be a window open or there's gonna be a door open. You don't need to worry about that. Your lights are gonna stay on in any type of home you live in, Suzanne, and then your life continues to go on, and you don't have to now think about what's gonna happen when we lose power. All you need to think about now is the EcoFlow charged?
So you can just actually charge it up and let it go. Now, remember, you're getting the solar panel. Normally what would happen is when you buy your EcoFlow, you have to buy the solar panel separately. Usually we combine these two together as a today's special, but this isn't. This is a Black Friday deal. And here's what's amazing to me. If you notice, if you go down the screen right there, this actually is over $2,500 of value. That's our normal HSN price. When the Black Friday deal is over, the price is gonna go back up over $1,000 of savings. It's not just $10 or $5. You're like, yeah, so what, who cares? No, this is over $1,000 you're saving because you're getting this offer. Now, remember, you're getting the panel. It comes with its own case. I love this. It's super, super portable. And remember, this is gonna recharge this, which is really cool. So when your charge is getting low, you've got the solar backup to be able to recharge your system. So it's not like you even have to have power, you know, 2 days from now, you're still gonna be able to charge it up using the solar panel. You also get the case to go along with it. That's down there as well. You get all the cables you need. So what's really nice is you get the solar panel as a bonus. You're getting the controller. You're getting the Delta Max bag to go along with it. We include the car charger too. I know Justin just mentioned that. So if you are taking this tailgating and you're like, hey, power's getting a little low, well, stick it in your car. If you're gonna tailgate, plug it in, and you're gonna charge it back up using the car power, not even have to use the solar system. You also get the HC charger as well, because obviously you can plug it into a regular AC outlet if you want to get it all fired up and ready to go. So here's the scoop though, over $1,000 off for a limited quantity and a very limited amount of time. You have free shipping on this. We have 5 flex pays. We have 18-month VIP financing. There's never ever been a lower price on this model. In fact, Justin, there is a 1,600, not 2,000, less power online right now that includes the panel too, which is great. That's actually more expensive than this. So we're even beating our own really good deals with EcoFlow.
We really are, and that's because of the just amazing partnership that we have with EcoFlow. I talk to them daily. You know, we're doing so much behind the scenes, but we know that the perfect customer is you, because it's just that simplicity of knowing it doesn't matter where I'm at. I don't have to be the military guy that wants a big gas generator at my home. Maybe the husband has that, and perfect, because now you can still use that gas generator, but still now have a true source of power. But here's the thing, even with a gas generator, you're possibly going to run out of gasoline. And I want to show you how you're going to be able to recharge your Delta Max without needing gas, and then via the sun for free. And I'm going to show you how you can basically during the day have infinite amount of power. So here's our solar panel set up, 110 watts. You can have up to 800 watts of solar input to your Delta Max at once. So maybe you're thinking, I know we're saving a lot of money. Maybe I want to consider picking up more solar panels. Go check it out. We've got more solarpanelson.com, and now you can do that with 800 watts of input. So here's how simple and easy it is. You get the cable included. You attach it to your solar panel right here, and then I'm just going to open up that little panel right here in the back. I'm going to take that little cable right here, plug it in, and now when the sun's out, I'm recharging my Delta Max, which means I didn't have to wait in those long lines for gasoline. I didn't have to guess and see how much gas I have left in any of those gas cans. I'm recharging it just like that in 2 seconds. But here's the other really cool part, because now it's a solar generator. And what does a solar generator mean? I'm gonna plug this fan in really quickly because I want you to see how much wattage this is gonna take for this fan. Make sure the actual unit is on. So one touch of a button right here in the very front. I'll hold that down. Should hear a beep. Now the nice part about this is, of course, if you hold the right one, Justin. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna get the unit on really quickly. I'm gonna turn the AC on in the back, and because this is the really cool part about having a solar generator. When I flip this around, you'll see on the very front right here, that fan's gonna kick in, and it's running at about 70 watts, right? As a solar generator during the day, that means if this is at 100%, then the sun is powering my fan. So the more solar panels you have, not only faster you'll be able to recharge your Delta Max, but more things you'll be able to power simply from the sun. So if I had 500 watts of solar, that means I could be running my refrigerator via the sun without depleting the power from my Delta Max. My fan, my light, all of those things, even just those 3, I could be having powered from the sun without depleting the power from my Delta Max. At night, when the sun goes down, then I unplug the solar panel, of course, and then when this is out of power overnight, I take it back outside and I recharge it that way. So multiple different ways for you able to use it, Suzanne, but knowing that you've got the solar as a solar generator and to be able to recharge the unit, again, even more peace of mind when you're at home.
Yeah, it's so nice to have the complete package too. It's not like you buy it and then you go, oh, wait, I needed a solar panel to go with it. It's actually included. And I would recommend, because we do have them online, you can get different wattages of solar panels that you can actually plug into this. So you're getting one with it. We actually have 2 solar panels with ours. Again, we have a really powerful unit. we bought, we really went for it. We're just like, you know what, if we're gonna go and really want the max power we can get, let's just get a powerful unit. And so I went ahead and invested in 2 solar panels. And we do sell a 2-pack or a single available because you are saving a ton amount of money. But typically people are happy they're just getting the 1 solar panel with it because again, that's continuous power, which is amazing. You don't have to worry about, oh, I gotta go drive somewhere and plug it in at somebody's place that actually has power to charge this back up. This guy is doing it for you over and over and over and over again. Like I said, it's probably one of the best investments we've ever made. I kind of want to show my Facebook page once again too, because I want to prove it. A lot of people say, oh, you host, you guys buy everything. We do buy a lot of stuff, I have to admit. You can't work here and not buy stuff. But I wanted to show you ours. You're going to see the trailer in the background. That's our little teeny trailer. That is our EcoFlow. We actually have it under some covering because it's outdoors at the moment. And my husband went full off-grid for 3 weeks, working on his computer 8 hours a day, and including powering our lights and including powering our Wi-Fi system, because we have a satellite Wi-Fi system. All of that completely off-grid, and what did he use? He used the EcoFlow, and he used it for hours every day. Then at the end of the day, he'd plug in our generator for about an hour or so, and then all night long, all next day, what we're using, EcoFlow. We didn't have a loud gas generator running all day long, all night long. Not only is it's incredibly loud, it just eats up tons and tons of gas. And who's gonna store enough gas around your house for any length of time? All of that just goes away. It's so wonderful not to have those kind of concerns or really worries anymore, knowing you've got your own power plan is basically what you're investing in. All right, coming up around the corner, we have more to share with you. Right now, I think we're close to 1,000 ordered. Let me tell you what's coming up at midnight tonight. In just a couple of hours, we're gonna light up your light, just a little more conveniently, I guess. It's a 7-pack of the torch lights that are gonna be coming up. 7 of them. I was talking to Michelle earlier, she's coming up. I'm like, that is a smoking good deal. We've got them tucked in the tree, but whether you use them as tree decor or, again, for that emergency or great stocking stuffers, you'll learn all about that at midnight tonight. I got a lot of fun coming up too, so stick with me as we continue with our EcoFlow.
Shop the lowest prices of the season throughout the day with Black Friday Deal Dash. Be sure to watch at 1 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 11 p.m. to get the best Black Friday deals, today's specials, and tons of great gifts. Every item is on sale during these hours, so don't miss it. Black Friday Deal Dash today.
Thing I love about shopping at HSN for the holidays?
That one's easy.
FlexPay. FlexPay is like Santa's little helper.
It allows me to get everything on my gift list and make monthly payments.
With no interest or fees. Even if you're on the naughty list.
I got a gaming system for my nephew,
a pair of funky boots for my sister,
and a little something just for me.
FlexPay allows me to be the best gift giver I can be
without the worries of paying for all of my holiday shopping at once.
Every budget needs a little flex during the holidays.
Worry about one less thing with our Protection Plus plans at HSN. Electronics, fitness equipment, even jewelry can be covered. Shop smart and protect your purchase. It's easy to add when you're checking out. Search Protection Plus at hsn.com for more details.
And you can find everything you need for the holidays right here on HSN, like these beautiful holiday.
This year.
It was nothing. Want to find your Mary? Shop HSN.
Yes, search gifts and so much more on hsn.com. Hey, I'm Suzanne Runyon. You're watching HSN, and we are your place to get that list out and check it off. The next 2 hours after this one, I have so many fun things coming up. We're gonna take a look at a really wild Today special. It is such a blast. I'm always excited we get to talk toys. And then we've got a really good RCA configuration coming up with a phenomenal 10-inch pad that comes with the keyboard, the case, the headphones. It's really awesome. That'll be a little bit later on. So stick around because I'm gonna have some gifts for everybody, including my really cute boots from Naturalizers. I love these. So we've got that and a whole lot in store for you tonight. We are going to take care of your gift giving. What are we talking about in this hour though? And we are extremely busy right now. We took that break and everybody said, all right, I'm all in. I'm gonna finally invest in it. It is our EcoFlow. It is the #1 best-selling home power unit that you have. It's like having your own power plant whenever you need it and wherever you need it. I think that's so important. Literally, it's totally portable, unlike a gas generator that maybe has been sitting in your garage for years, and quite frankly, nobody even wants to touch it. What we're doing is a special configuration. This is a pretty big deal. It is the Max, so it's our Max 2000 power station. You get the solar panel. The solar panel by itself on hsn.com right now, and it's 110 watt, is almost $300 of value right there. Then we add in one of the most powerful units that we offer, which is the 2000 unit. Then we add in all the accessories you need. We also bonus in all the goodies, including the carrying case to go along with it to kind of protect it. It is the lowest price we've ever done on this unit. I've been very blessed to talk about this for a long time. I've done these as today's specials. I don't remember the last time we took over $1,000 off on an EcoFlow. We did a very extra special early Black Friday deal on this. And when they're gone, that's it, and it's over with. And for me, it's definitely cool for all the fun stuff like you're seeing, the picnics and the family reunions and the outdoor fun or whatever you might be doing, the camping, the tenting. But also when you do have that emergency, man, you will never, ever regret buying this. And really for me, it's an investment because I want to be proactive, not reactive. So many people have a horrible emergency, Justin, and they'll be like, right after it's over, then everybody buys something so it never happens again. But so much smarter to be proactive and get it ahead of time so you're really ready, and then that's one less worry in your life.
Yeah, well, and then like you said, you're sitting on a gas generator that you bought for one particular purpose, and that was for when you lose power again. But now you can invest in something not only for emergencies, but for all of the fun stuff, the things that you just simply would never do with a gas generator because it's too much of a setup. You have to worry about the gasoline, you got to worry about all the maintenance, you got to worry about all of this mess, and then the physical laboring part of owning a gas generator. This is going to be able to live inside of your home, anywhere you live in the country, for whatever reason it might be, because we all have that one experience of it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when the tree branch goes down, and we're just out of power for no reason except that there's rolling blackouts at that the city is just saying the grid is too powered right now, we need to shut it down. Doesn't matter what it is. I want to show you, when you get this at home, anybody can use this because all you need to do is press one touch of a button and that's it. I don't have to worry about going to the garage to get gasoline or having to worry about going to the gas station to get more gasoline. I can now have true home power, but here's the big thing about this, and when I say big, I mean emphasis on big, because this is a lot of power. This is the Delta Max 2000. There's only one other model that we have that will be able to power 99% of your home appliances. This is one of those two. And we're also not only giving you the Delta Max, you're including the solar panel. Let me show you how simple and easy it is to power your life. Because what we had to do is, we had to think about how are we gonna be able to power up that refrigerator that we just spent $300 worth of food, that eventually we had to leave the house. All I gotta do is take that extension cord from my full-size refrigerator. In fact, I wanna open it so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. No power, right? So really, we're out of power right now. All we gotta do is go ahead and plug in our Delta Max. Again, not even having to think about how much gas we have, not even having to think about how are we going to be able to power it up. Maybe somebody's not home that knows how to run that gas generator. It doesn't matter. And by the way, if you live in an apartment or condo, you can't do what I just did, which is plug it into a generator that does not have gas, it does not have fumes. But it's not just being able to power up a full-size refrigerator. When I say 99% of your home appliances, it's the high wattage appliances. Like, how about this, a full-size microwave? And I know we're getting into Thanksgiving. We've stocked up our refrigerator with hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of food and possibly even our medicine that's in there, but we're still gonna wanna be able to cook our food. So how are we gonna do that? When we say 99% of our home appliances, this will power up 3,400 watt appliances. So all I got to do right here is hit 30 seconds, and that's going to start to heat up whatever I've got in there. It could be the leftovers for Thanksgiving. It could be that we're out of power for 2-3 days and we're just sick and tired of eating any cold food. And then you'll see right here that this is going to be able to run that full-size microwave for a full hour at nearly 1,800 watts of power. Now, you're not going to be using a microwave for a full hour. 30 seconds, right, to be able to heat something up, or maybe even 4 or 5 minutes to be able to cook some of that food. But it's just knowing that I can be able to plug those type of things in, and then the creature comfort of having a light and a fan. And by the way, we're doing all of this in the kitchen. You can run this inside, you can have the peace of mind to know that you can use it, and of course, you're gonna use it not just for emergencies, but also for all the fun stuff.
Well, yeah, and it's funny because a lot of people buy it for the emergency, then they realize, oh my gosh, this is gonna be kind of cool. We're gonna take it to the family reunion because we're having a big event at a park and we want music to play all day. And so it'll run, you know, whatever your music is. Another thing is people love it, is off-gridding. Tons of people buy this for camping and tenting. So if you're big campers or you're planning on a really fun trip, maybe you've got an RV and you're like, hey, we really would like to be off-grid when we're on the RV. That's great. Look amazing. It could, a washing machine. Like, really, is your gas generator where it's outside? You got to run a long cord. It's smelly, it's gross, there's fumes. Do you have enough to what? A washing machine? This is going to wash your clothes, right? Your laptop 46 times. It'll recharge that over and over and over again. And remember, because of the solar panel, it's infinite recharging. So it's not like this runs out and then you got to buy another one, or this runs out and you got to go 10 miles to plug it in somewhere to recharge it. No, this is included. So this is a continuous loop system that allows you to be with power instead of being without power completely. I mean, just having the comfort of, I love what Justin said, eating a hot meal after a couple of days having no power. It is amazing how soul satisfying that is. Or just having the lights on in your house and everywhere else around the neighborhood is pitch black. How many of you have been in an emergency and you started to see your phone run out of power and you're like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? You're at home, maybe you're stuck in, there's a ton of snow and ice, you can't go anywhere. Guess what? You're gonna plug your phone in here and you're going to have the power. To me, it is just that insurance policy. You know, it is completely a huge amount of peace of mind. We have our EcoFlow. We bought it probably about a year ago, I would say, right? And I've never ever regretted picking it up. And just to show you how powerful it is, my husband worked off-grid for 3 weeks, 8 hours a day. He's a software programming analyst, and he had to run our satellite system for our Wi-Fi, which was all off-grid with the lights and, you know, doing all the stuff we do in our little trailer. And guess what? He did that for 3 straight weeks. And you know, Justin, he could have kept going. He just wanted to stop being off grid. He wanted to come home. So I allowed him to come home. But to me, that was our own real personal test. You guys just saw my Facebook page. That is our EcoFlow. And that baby worked flawlessly. He even expected it, because think of how heavy duty it's got to be to run all that stuff, right? He was waiting for it to be these slowdowns or glitches during the day. And my husband is a geek of all geeks, right? He said, Suze, it was flawless. He said they had no idea I was running my computer working all day long, 8 hours straight, off of the EcoFlow. He said no one at work would have ever guessed he was completely off-grid.
Well, and you think about what does being like off-grid mean, right? You know, these RVs are nothing but homes on wheels that you can take somewhere else. But if you're taking your home, what are you also taking? All of your necessities that need power. So he's literally powering up a whole entire home, which is really what this is all about. It's about having that power. But even talking about portability, you know, when we had to evacuate, guess what I did? I grabbed my EcoFlows. In fact, I grabbed a couple of them. This is the Delta Max. I even grabbed the extra battery because why not? This is something I can take with me. Oftentimes we decide we're going to evacuate and where we go to ends up losing power as well. So it's nice to know I don't have to even think about taking a gas generator, thinking about if we got enough space in the back of the car, and then having to throw gasoline in the back of the car. Clean power that I can take with me, truly portable, and it's so easy. It's one of the biggest features that so many of our customers like is that anybody can use it. And so how do we use it? Just one touch of a button. That's all you need. And now you've got full access to all of the power. We're showing you that extra battery. If we can, I want to come back down here really quickly so I can explain that, because Suzanne, this right here is how you can double the amount of power from your Delta Max. So all I got to do right here, this looks like another Delta Max 2000 right next to me. On the very top right here is where it's got a little compartment that holds that cable. I can have 2 additional extra batteries connected to my Delta Max. Now, this is not something that's just standard in the, you know, the solar generator. When you even start to look at competitors to Delta Max, this isn't something that comes standard. This is something that we set the precedence with. So I can take this one cable, plug it right here into my Delta Max. Instead of 30 hours on my refrigerator, now I've got 60 hours on my refrigerator. Wow. Instead of, you know, running a microwave for an hour, now I can go ahead and cook food for 2 hours. So even like you were saying, and you're talking about your husband, Suzanne, if you wanted to expand it, it's nice to know that if my needs change, if my needs grow, I can go ahead and do that. And I know with the value you're saving, a lot of people have definitely picked up the extra battery.
They have actually too, and that is available. Also, we've got additional solar panels. And again, how many solar panels can I hook up to this one?
So you can have up to 800 watts of solar.
And this is 110 watts.
And this is 110 watts. So even if you think, well, can I get like because we have the 160 watt, we have 220 watt solar panels as well, the 220 watt will still connect to the 110 watt. So you can still connect both of those, but it's nice to know that, again, talk about needs changing. Yeah. You're already getting the 110 watt. If you decide you want to get more solar panels, because of course, why do you want that? The more solar panels you have, the faster this will recharge. But of course, even as a solar generator, if I've got 400 watts of solar, my refrigerator is only running at 150 watts. So I could really be running the refrigerator all day long while the sun's out without even, just via the sun.
Right, yeah, you're not taking away,
not depleting the power from the battery.
Yeah, correct. And then at night, it's gonna use that exclusively, because obviously the sun's not out. So we have 2 solar panels. We do have 2 solar panels for our system. I just went for it, and if you go online, there we go, it was showing the 2-pack. Because you're saving over $1,000, it might be smart to invest in the additional solar panel. It's really your choice. I mean, this guy's a little gem that comes with it. But again, think of those situations where maybe recently it happened to you. Maybe you know you guys have had maybe a couple years ago some kind of horrible hurricane or tornado or ice or whatever came through, and you just weren't fully prepared. I think a lot of people buy a lot of this type of thing after something tragic has happened, like a hurricane's come through or what have you. It's so smart to get it now beforehand. And it's really fun because you really can use it for a lot of fun things. Maybe it's just being in the backyard next summer and playing music and having fun. It's that family reunion out in a park somewhere and you want to listen to the speakers and have music. It might be tailgating at the football game and you actually want to watch the TV in your car at the tailgate. Again, you're going to use this. So don't think of it just as every tragedy in the world, although that's, I think, why most of us buy it. Think about all the fun things you can do as well. Why buy it now? Number one, there are a lot of you who have it in the cart, and I get it, it's not an inexpensive purchase, but I would go ahead and check out, because here's the problem. Once these are gone, this is a Black Friday deal, or even if I have a few left, the deal's going to be over, and unfortunately, the price is going to go up over $1,000 more than it is right now. And if you're watching right now, chances are this is probably something you go, yeah, we've been thinking about it, or geez, man, I don't know, you're right. I got 3 inches of dust on my gas-powered generator out in the garage, and I've never even tried using it because it's so intimidating. Go ahead and check out, get yours in, make sure you get it ordered, because someone else can slip in and get the one you wanted if you don't fully check out. So you just want to make sure and get through the process before they are completely sold out. And you know what's amazing to me? It's over $1,000 off right now. Guys, and Justin, I can't tell you how many today's specials have we done, and it's not been over $1,000 off. I think
the only difference would be that we just didn't call it a today's special.
Yeah,
because
right.
That's essentially really what this is. You know, this is not only just a huge discount, but this is the second most powerful that we offer. This is the most powerful of all of our Max models. It is only one of 2 that will power 99% of your home appliances. And yet, yeah, there's no reason why this is not a TS except for the fact that we said on our last one, we don't have any more the rest of the year. But how are we going to be able to use it and really use it every day? When you invest in your reactive to getting a gas generator, like you said, it starts to pick up dust in the garage. And if you live in an apartment or condo, you can't even own a gas generator. So what do you do when it happens, when you lose power? So we got it right here. This could be not on your bed, but this could be right next to your bed. And you can use it as an emergency power source. So if you're reliant on a medical device, how nice would it be to know that this in 20 milliseconds when plugged into the wall and whatever you've got plugged into it will turn on and continue to power whatever that is. So like we use it for our fish tank when we left because we had to leave the house. We use it for the refrigerator. If you rely on a CPAP machine, and it's amazing, you know, after doing this for a long time now, a lot of people use CPAP machines, and you don't even, we don't think about it. But of course, if I don't need it, maybe I'm not thinking about it, but we're all different. We all have all these different needs. All I gotta do is simply plug in that CPAP machine. In just a few seconds, this is gonna get power and it's gonna turn on. And then what I want you to see is there's no guessing. We always say it's goof proof, right? I'm gonna go ahead and turn that CPAP machine on, and this is going to tell me exactly how long it's going to run for. I don't have to worry about thinking how much gas is in that in the generator. It says a half a tank. Well, what does that mean? Do we have to start doing math and figuring out X amount of wattage? Guess what? This does all the math for you right here on that digital display, which if you own a gas generator, there's no digital display on that gas generator, let alone, how about being able to plug your phone in right next to you by your bed. Being able to have that communication. It's not just the entertainment of having a phone, it's being able to know that somebody can get a hold of me and I can get a hold of them in an emergency, right? You know, do you remember in Sandy, one of the biggest storylines was everybody was trying to get to some place to simply recharge their cell phone because they wanted to see if somebody was okay or to let them know that they needed help. Be able to recharge your cell phone, not just a few times, hundreds of times over, and then still be able to plug in all of the other things like we've got right here in the back, which is that CPAP machine and even that heating blanket. We showed you earlier, which I'm gonna go ahead and show you right now. I'm gonna plug in that heating blanket that we've got right here because of course we're getting into the winter season. How are we gonna stay warm? Is this gonna be able to keep me warm during that winter season? Buffalo just got hit with, what, 6 feet of snow? I don't even know how many people possibly lost power. Instead of using a space heater, which is a 2,000 watt appliance, which will eat any gas generator up or a propane generator, what I use is I use that heating blanket, and what you'll see right here is that it's gonna show me exactly how much time I'll be able to heat up that heating blanket. So it's showing me roughly about 13, 15, 16 hours. How about that? That's 2 full nights at 15 to 16 hours that I know I'll be able to stay warm when that sun goes down and it starts to get very cold inside of the house. Talk about peace of mind, Suzanne. These are things that maybe you haven't thought about because maybe you didn't even realize that something like this even exists. It does. We're the leader in this category, and that's why this has become so popular.